agriculture. Oh, by the way, that's the story. So digital agriculture has been described as the next frontier for economic development in Africa, and it helps to shift the development focus for the continent's agri sector and may help us overcome many of our hurdles. A few weeks ago, a new book authored by a young Nigerian, Akin Alabi, the managing partner at Corporate Farmers, was launched entitled Digital Agriculture. So was it a coincidence or is it an idea whose time has arrived? Akin Alabi joins me live in the studios now for a conversation on this and more around the agri sector. Good evening and welcome to the show.
Thank you, Boason. Good evening.
Congratulations on your new book, Digital Agriculture. So the question is, 10, 20, 30 years ago, agriculture and digital world will be like this. Today, they are like this.
Exactly.
So, why is digital agriculture an important conversation to have right now for Nigeria and indeed the whole frontier Africa? Tell me, my friend.
Okay, thank you, Boason. Well, the beautiful part of 2021 is that the current pandemic has actually opened our eyes into several opportunities. Basically, the agric sector. Now, digitalization is a critical aspect, that we've neglected for years. And right now, or this time around, it is an integral part or a tool all farmers or stakeholders need to start putting into consideration. Now, what I'm saying is this. Before now, agriculture was what it was. But with the advent of technology and digitalization, there is a shift into doing agric in a different way and a different perspective, because the current pandemic has opened our eyes to do business differently, think differently, and also act differently. So so this does not leave the agri sector, on its own side. Automatically, it means that digitalization will help us with more productivity, food security, and also help us build new generation folks, which I call the new agricultural talents. That's the younger agripreneurs seeing agriculture in a different light. And that was the major reason why, we wrote the book, which basically was a 5-year project for us. And we thank God that we bettered this project in January when we launched it out to the world and see that, look, digitalization is the only way, or technology is the only way we can begin to cause a shift or a new dimensional way to do agriculture and also attract younger folks into the agricultural sector. So that is why we wrote the book, and that is why we actually saw it coming, that look, technology, digitalization is the only tool that can help change the narrative and bring about new birth into agriculture and the entire ecosystem.
So who should lead this conversation and action towards digital agricultural practices?
Okay, Boason, now, who should lead? We have several people that can lead. Number one, the major actor is the youth. Now, the second actor is government agencies. Now, also we have technology companies, ICT companies, the likes of the MTN, Airtel, Globacom, and the likes. These are major players. Then we have the fourth actor. We have international partners, likes of the IITA, likes of AFDB, IFAD, and the rest. These are folks that need to lead the conversation of digitalizing agriculture. And the good part is this. I remember some weeks back when Additional was actually on a conference on climate change, and he made mention emphatically that digitalization is the tool that we need now to begin to change the perspective and the narration of agriculture and the entire ecosystem. Also, a week after that, IITA released an article saying that digitalization is the tool we need to begin to embrace for us to do agriculture more efficiently. So it means that we're actually on the right track. So the book, RDA, which is called Rise of Digital Agriculture, came at the right time to help us develop the sector much further and also help food security, and most importantly, begin to change the perspective and embrace younger generation to do agriculture differently and also think agriculture differently and help grow the sector more efficiently. So that is basically the discussion.
In one of those images where putting there on the screen, I think I saw you there holding a book under your armpit. Then you're talking to some of our parents there who were on a farm. They were holding cutlasses in what ostensibly looks a little bit like a cocoa farm, for example. Okay, that's the picture there. Yeah. You're holding that book in your left armpit, and there you found these elderly farmers who have been working on farms for years, whether that is a coffee, whatever, kola nut farm. And how do you feel? What are you seeing on this, in your engagement right now across the very? Are you seeing Nigerian youths on this digital agriculture technology, whatever bandwagon? Are they?
Well, Boason, thank you very much. I would say yes to that. Reason because, again, I will still go back to the current pandemic. The current pandemic has actually enlightened us, to absorb several tools that would help develop the agri sector. Number one, before now we have what might call the local farmers or the rural farmers, whereby they are old, and we need to begin to educate them on several tools that will help them do agric more efficiently. I tell people that, look, what technology is going to bring to agriculture is simple. It helps us do things that we do for like 9 hours to begin to do it for less than 45 minutes. Things we do for about, a complete day, you can achieve that within less than 30 minutes. These are areas in which technology or digitalization has helped improve agriculture. And most importantly, let's look at big data. This is an aspect of agriculture that we are yet to really embrace or use effectively. Big data help us make accurate decisions about food security in a nation. Other African countries, like East African countries majorly, have been able to use big data to support the government policies and also help them to make decisions that affect the life of farmers. Big data is quite important. So we need to bring older folks to see the relevance in technology parts of agriculture so that they can do things that takes them hours to do more easily and less timely. So when you see me with my book, it's just about me gathering data, gather information, research studies, and also learn on the field. What are the challenges of these aged farmers? What are the difficulties of aged farmers? What are the problems they are facing currently? So most times when we enter, I call it forest or bush, sometimes the local farmers, is that, look, we need to gather data from these local farmers or rural farmers to know what the pains are. So these pains are what we find solutions to. And solutions today in agriculture can only be done effectively with the power of technology and digitalization. And that is what the book is all about. Exposing our eyes into different tools that will help us increase or see how technology can help us advance digitalization and agriculture, which is critical. And government is trying its best anyway. International partners, donors and all that are doing their best, but we need more focus on that.
Yes, talk about the government. We'll talk about Lagos State when we come back. Let's drive this conversation into commodities exchange when we return. Stand by, everyone. We'll be right back.